Hey, Max here. So, today's video, we're going to rank the Theme Team All-Stars. Well, it's going to be a tier ranking, so it won't be from 1 to 50 or whatever it is. But we're going to kind of tier rank them together. I used a whole bunch of them. I didn't use them all, but I know how, the abilities play on a lot of the 32, like each of the team's cards. So we're going to kind of rank it because they're kind of powerful. Now, when you look at these rankings, and I just want to tell you guys this. All of these cards are S tier. And why they're S tier is they all get X factors, right? They're all basically golden tickets. Except for obviously offensive linemen don't get S tier, which is why if you get an offensive lineman in this promo, ouch. But like, for example, Cameron Heyward, right? If you want to put a X factor on them, you can, and they all light up. Halfbacks, quarterbacks, they auto activate, right? So if you go like dual threat replaceability, it's a charge up. So they're all S tier. They're all really powerful, and they're all about like 400k. And in some of these cards, you'll see like Film Study is incredibly overpowered. It shouldn't even be the game. It's so crazy good for free. So I would recommend, at least on defense, having at least one of these cards on your field, either at defensive line or tucked away somewhere, just so you can get free Film Study. Because like on an opponent's like money drive, right, where they're trying to get there, they're going to use their favorite plays, and if you know what their favorite plays they're being run, like, okay, they're gonna have to audible off, and all of a sudden, those clocks ticking down, then they got to audible off, but like you can see the first part of when they audible and what play they audible to. So Film Study, I highly recommend it. So Cam Heyward is my Film Study guy along with Secure Tackler. It's too bad I couldn't stack Film Study and Tackle Supreme on him, because that would be my preference for him personally. But you can then go ahead and just add whatever other X Factor you want. I'm not using X Factors on my D-line, as there are built-in X Factors. We'll get to one of them during this video. So before we go any more into it, let me go ahead and with my worst items. So my D tier, right? So we're going to do not only the 94s, like the out of position cards, the Brock Bowers, that kind of stuff, but any card without a number next to their name is going to be powered up to 99 overall. And the reason why a lot of these are here, and like I said, every single one of these cards is super powerful, just about S tier in the game for their position, because like they can get Avalanche, right? Alex Anzalone, for example, can get Avalanche, and you're like, well, how is that not higher up? Well, there are better cards in this promo alone that get also the same thing, but also have other it's ANZ, it's ANZ, Fox, come on, ANZ. There are other cards that get that same thing plus more. Wait, why isn't it? Did I screwed up so much it's not giving me Anzalone at all? Maybe I had a weird hidden filter going on. The legends of the hidden filter have infiltrated. I can't even find it. Okay, never mind. Maybe I spelled his name wrong. And did I not have an A in there? Anyways, with that said, I also threw a couple corners and D tackles. The reason why like someone like Christian Wilkins is here, obviously we talked about offensive linemen, is because they're slower. We actually just saw one. Cameron Heyward has 94 speed for an interior defensive lineman. So if you're going to run someone with that Film Study in the interior defensive line, you're going to want somebody faster, because everybody right now is so fast that if you can't catch them, you ain't going to get a tackle, right? Don't matter anything else, right? Speed is so important even on the D-line now, because of the way all these quarterbacks are like, chickens with their heads running off, falling off behind the line of scrimmage, right? Our parrots, their heads are falling off. Anyways, that's kind of my thing. Like Tre'Davious White, the reason why he's one of the D-tier corners also is that he's a man-to-man corner, but he doesn't have 99 man-to-man, so he can't get one step ahead. And I think that was very devastating for him. I should probably just go on mutt.gg when I'm talking about these cards. So someone like Tre'Davious White right here, right? When you power him all the way up, speed 98, which is fine, man only 98, which is ultimately frustrating. Now, I tried out a man-to-man one-step bench press scheme along with some universal coverages, and it was pretty good. I got a lot of points dropped on my head. But it was not bad, especially because all these stacks, non-Tre'Davious White, there's other cards coming up, the stack, are free, right? You can just put them in your back. You can put them, like, on the shelf and then sub them in sometimes, and boom, all of a sudden, you got some one-step bench presses that you can probably press man and maybe throw someone off for a rep or two before going back to your normal zone coverage scheme and your other tight end, other player. So it's a really powerful thing to mix in if you can afford it. Like I said, the card's like 400k pop, but we'll get to the better corners. So while Tre'Davious White is a great card, Don't get me wrong, he gets auto-activated, X Factor just like everybody else. I just feel like there's more powerful cards here. Let's go up to the C tier. And the C tier, I got Frank Ragnow, Michael Penix halfback, Zach Allen, Cashman, and Tua. Turn the ball over. Tagliavola. Tonga-Viola. There we go. No tag in there. Get that N in there. Even though there's no N in the name. It's just there somehow. So Tua, same thing. Tua, Auto X Factor, great card. I just feel like there's a lot more, and he doesn't really push the meta forward. It doesn't mean you're not going to win games with Tua. As a lot of people are going to want to ask me about that. It's not like you can't win games with 97 speed quarterback with 1 AP set feet lead, and then you can also stack on 0 AP roaming to him. But I feel like you can do much better than this. So, usable, absolutely, but not near the power level of a lot of other cards. For those that don't know, you power these things up through these points, which you get by selling out of position TT cards, the 94s, 97s, and the non-limited 99s that have the built-in abilities. So we'll get to them in a bit. But anyways, looking at that, we also have a few other cards with some decent abilities. Penix, Ragnow. Ragnow's probably like the worst of the 97s, and like Penix is the worst of the 94s in the game. They just missed being on Silly Pot. Like there's literally a 94 overall that I'm gonna get to that is S tier, like overpowered, like borderline best CB in the game, might even be the best CB in the game. That's a 94 overall. That's the insane abilities we got today. All right, B. I think there was a lot of B tier ones. Yeah. Okay. So Cushionberry, who is free, is awesome. We can take a look at Cushionberry. I will show him in a second. Cushionberry. Lloyd, you can get them through solo challenges and the field pass, right? There's 2 free ones, Cushionberry and somebody else we'll get to in a second. You can get them both, but like I believe it's 3 for 1. Nasty Streak Secure Protector. The only reason why he's free, so he gets a little bit bonus. The reason he's B tier is that Secure Protector is 1 AP instead of 0. A lot of cards get it for 0. 99 Vince Wilfork quarterback. Now, if this was a couple years ago, like free escape artist, like on a quarterback, it would have been like, hang me for being a witch, for saying how silly free escape artist. Remember, it was like 15 AP was that Madden 22. This was 15 AP at the end of the year. But it's been nerfed dramatically. Vince Wilfork's good. I think Slinger 1 struggles throwing it where I like to throw it, which is medium to deep. I prefer a vertically attacking scheme because it's more fun. So that's where I feel like the other cards, like Lamar and his Trad 4, we do like Trad 4s and wives. Stop, Fox. That's where we're at, right? Set feet, Master Tactician for 2 is awesome. Escape Artist is all right. But overall, a pretty good card with those discounts on them. So I'm not going to kill him too much, especially because he's 98 speed and he's thick. And we do like him thick here in the den. JC Latham, he's only B tier for me and not higher because I don't run the ball a lot. Maybe I should make this bigger. JC Latham's just there because I'm a passer. And he is an insanely, it was like for free Secure Protector, post up, insane runner. And especially with the Vanguards we got today, which we'll get into in a bit. The built-in Vanguards along with JC Latham, the consequences have never been the same for the game. Then we have Travis Etienne. So there are going to be higher rated running backs because their ability mix is a little bit better than Etienne's. And that's the only reason why. Hargrave, a little slower, just like Jarrett. Then, we talked about Cam Hayward being 94 speed. So guys that are in like the 80s, like Jarrett. Hargrave's all right, though. I think he ended up being 90 speed. But those are all right. And then the wide receivers, there's a few wide receivers here and the Slim Reaper. There's a few here. And like I said, don't get me wrong. Please do not be misunderstood. Incredibly good wide receivers with their abilities, but they're not like overly tall. There are some absolutely like gangly sons of guns coming up. Now, tier 4 abilities, you could get evasive on them, route tech for 0. So I go route tech Jukebox personally. Route Tech Jukebox would be the best stack for me on these ones. They all get it. They all get it, which is awesome. I checked and I believe they all get it. But they're kind of like regular size. And I prefer them big, right? I really do like big receivers. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that because they think big receivers get knockouts easier. But like a lot of the big receivers are better near the sidelines. And if you guys have played Madden long enough, if you could time it up correctly, you catch the ball on the sidelines going out of bounds. They get the knockout, but you still get counted for the catch because Clint is terrible at his job. And it's like glitched and it works anyways. So I still prefer length. So even though maybe some people say you get better possession catches, get down quicker with smaller guys, I still enjoy the extra height because sometimes you just got to play huck it chuck at football, and the tall guys are better for that when they go for the interceptions. And then we have other linebackers and stuff, and I put them at B. All right, A tier. There's a ton in A tier. I love so many of these. Bradley Chubb. The other free card, along with OBJ. You got to win 80 games of house rules for OBJ. So I don't know how technically free. I mean, that's going to take time. But, you know, you're just playing a video game, right? All time is free as long as you're enjoying it. That's economics, bitch. So then we'll go to the other A tier. Ed Too Tall Jones at wide receiver. Now, I talked about how much I love height. And Ed Too Tall Jones is a part of that size queen era. So, Ed Too Tall Jones, where are you? There you are. His ability, he has red zone threat built in, which is, I guess. Nothing impressive. And then he also has free jukebox, free tank. I do believe right now, tank is quickly, almost like light speed becoming like a must need. The amount of avalanches that hit our field in just the last week alone would cover Colorado. That's how much of an avalanche it is. Even though I don't like the Avs. Overrated. Penguins better. Tank is kind of like you need to equip tank, right? On your running back, your wide receivers are gonna be nice to have. So tank and jukebox, yes please. And you don't really need route deck. You should be able to beat man coverage without having it. But it is nice if people do run the bench press one-step stuff with universals that I was running earlier. Although there's still ways of beating that. All right. With that said, Johnny Manziel got A tier. A lot of what I criticized Tua for, I'll criticize Manziel on. Manziel's got the slinger one. It's not that good. And his abilities are above average, but nothing to like push the meta ahead. I still think he's very valuable. I still think like I'd rather have Lamar and Chaz because of, well, Manziel gets it though. Manziel gets Truz. Let's double check Manziel again. Johnny Manziel is nice. I think the thing that holds him back is I don't like Slinger 1. But he does get run and gun. And then you can obviously put on Truz here. So you can go like Master Tack Truz and then set feet lead for 5. But that's like 6 AP. Which is doable. You could definitely use that. But I don't think it's like top of the meta. Top of the meta. Like BS cards are in my S tier. Kyle Pitts 97. The literal only reason Kyle Pitts is not S tier as one of the most powerful cards in the game, and you could utilize him as one of the most powerful cards in the game. The only reason that I held him back, being a 97 overall as the best CB in the game, is the fact that he gets deep out instead of just deep zone. He's a little bit less flexible, but if you never rotate him and just leave him on the outside corner the whole game with deep out, mid zone, you can even run him in the nickel with flat and mid for one. Whatever you want. Plus he gets pick artist for free. If you just leave him deep out, mid zone, pick artist on your outside DB, he's fine. And so maybe I'm being overly harsh to him, pushing him down one tier due to having slightly restricted AP costs. But that's for you guys to figure out. All right. The reason why Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, is there another running back in this? Stevenson are all here is because they have power. Where is Chubb or Stevenson? They are power halfbacks, right? It shows I don't know what it shows on this, but they're they get the power back ability. So they get angry runs for 1 AP, or you can run Freight Train for 0. I think Freight Train auto activates, but I think angry runs is better, so I just run that, even though it's 1 more AP. But basically, they get Jukebox plus Tank. And I just talked about how important Tank is for the Avalanche meta that we found ourselves in. And so getting Jukebox plus Tank, Jukebox is the best offensive ability in the game. Even on receivers, it's the best offensive ability in the game. Jukebox and maybe a pass lead velocity are the best two ones on offense. And then Tank. So I love them. I love them. Plus, when you look at their physical attributes, they're all 97, 98 speed. So that's why I think these cards, along with Angry Runs, are awesome, right? The guys, unless they have Enforcer Supreme, and when Enforcer Supreme meets Tank, it's about 50-50 whether the Tank or Enforcer Supreme is going to win. So that's something that that's from last year mostly. I haven't really seen it that much this year, but I do think Tank is, like I said, slowly becoming a need. And that's why the running backs are so high up, where I didn't think I was going to have them that high up, but I really like their mix for 0 AP after looking at it. Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas and JC Horn are here because they get 1 step ahead for 0. So having the ability to get 0 AP 1 step ahead and bench presses on the field when you want to throw a random man coverage in and then you have the best man coverage chems out there, really nice. Now, 1 step ahead is not a cure-all. It's not going to stop everything. It's not going to stop even a whole lot of things. But it does make it a little bit more forgiving. Now, if it's your main defense, you'll throw universal coverage on them as their X factors. Then every 6 out of 9 plays, or 2/3 of your plays, will also have universal knockouts, and you'll play even stickier with that. And it's just really good. Just watch out. Obviously drags and stuff will still get you, some man beaters, but that's just the name of the game. Cam Hayward here is fast, 94 speed at D tackle. We talked about him with film study. And I think you need a film study in your field. And the easiest way of getting film study on your field, I feel like, is hiding it on D lineman. Because so many other cards. Obviously, if you have 3 extra AP, you can just throw it on somebody randomly, though. Really depends. T. Higgins. Very similar to the other receivers, except he's 6'4". And I am a height king. I love it. Khalil Mack and Boye Mafi off the edge. Edge threat elites for 0. Some of the only ones in the game. Also, no outsiders you can stack on it for 0. So great edges, right? And the reason you're running edge threat elite is for the under pressure. The edge threat part of it doesn't matter, but the elite, the under pressure, because how often have you guys had a guy closing in on a quarterback and he gets it off in time and still completes the ball? The under pressure makes those things go wild unless they have Fearless. And I do believe we are shifting pretty quickly here to a Fearless meta. Now, if they have Andrew Luck, they should have Fearless on the card, and these cards won't affect it. But a lot of the people still running, I think Lamar, Vic, a lot of the guys without it. Chad Powers doesn't have it. So a lot of players don't have Fearless on their quarterbacks, which means these guys are going to cook. And that's why, especially for their top-end speed, 97 speed for both of them, they cook. Thibodeau, group Thibodeau there. And then Mike Williams, same as T. Higgins, really tall receiver with those awesome abilities. Those jukebox and route tech if you want or whatever. All right, the S tier. Oops, that's the wrong one. The S tier, 99 Mark Andrews. I did not expect to be big into Mark Andrews, right? He's a Raven. I don't care about Ravens. I hope they become Nevermore. Anyways, this card, like every other card, abilities. And, well, Vanguard. He gets auto-activated Vanguard. Vanguard is probably right under the know your opponent's plays as far as how much I hate them and how much they shouldn't be in the game, right? Like S tier shouldn't be in the game or know anything about your opponent. Threat Detector, Omaha, and Film Study. Those are S tiers, shouldn't be in the game. A tiers shouldn't be in the games that are like they're just overpowered. Would be Vanguard, pass lead velocities, and like knockouts. But you have to have velocities if you have knockouts and reverse. So the only way you can get rid of those two is getting rid of both. Anyways, Vanguard is OP, okay? And then he gets Jukebox to the tight end, which is awesome. Plus he gets any theme team. So If you have a 50-50 any theme team in the game, he's 99 speed. Backyard tight ends, depending on what quarterback you have, is good. But he also gets red zone threat, which is whatever, like I talked about. Bruiser, which is whatever. But it's mostly the jukebox. The jukebox and the 99 speed if you do have a 50-50 theme team. Plus, he counts for your bonuses for your lineup. Now, I sold a couple cards here. I don't know if I still have the full bonuses, but I forgot which card. I think I kept my limited, a couple of my limiteds that I pulled. But yeah, I kept Andrews. So Andrews also counts. So you're going to have your one theme team player, right? You're going to have your one theme team player for these motivator chemistries. And then you're going to need the free Zach Martin, but you got to power him up to 99. So that's not exactly free. Then you have to have like a either OBJ or a couple limiteds or whatever. But basically, you get this for all of your theme team, which is a really nice bonus by having 4 of them. And Mark Andrews is one of them. So Mark Andrews getting these boosts along with the speed that he provides for being on the 50-50 theme team all the way up to 99 speed, and he is a burner. Okay. Then we have Carmichael. He's tall. He's an incredible user or deep safety. He's 2.5 million coins though. Okay, so he should be going down, I would hope, quickly, because he's not limited. So he's always in packs. Even though, just like golden tickets, it's hard to pull 99s out of packs. They did raise pack odds, so hopefully he'll be going down over the coming days here with Ultimate Legends Saturdays, etc., etc. Micah Parsons, he has the built-in best pass rushing ability in the game. It's blatantly overpowered. Unstoppable Force. Luckily, Secure Protector does nerf it. It's still good. He's still like the best pass rusher in the game. And again, Avalanche Tackle Supreme. So you're either causing a fumble or getting a guy on the ground. I love it. And then he obviously helps towards your theme team, any theme team in the game, and plus any theme team motivator in the game. So yeah, stat it out. Absolutely like 99s across the board. I think every single attribute on this page is 99 except for injury and catch, which, whatever. 99 William Perry is next. This is dumb. 99 William Perry, along with the Vanguards. I'll get to a Vanguard in a second. You don't even need to put angry runs on him. He has built-in freight train. Now, you're going to see a lot of secure tacklers. And the built-in freight train essentially shifted the entire meta, right? We've had like multiple meta-shifting cards come out today alone. Not only the one-step bench presses that actually can play man coverage better than any other card this year. So we got a couple of those, right? So man coverage is it's not overpowered, but it's a little bit more viable than it was just a day ago. Then we also have more Vanguards. We have a built-in freight train. So now essentially what's the point of momentum shift? Since the only thing you were momentum shifting off of guys, the ones you were concerned about most, was literally this X Factor, now was built into a card. Now the card is expensive. Let's look at it. It's 1.2 million coins. It's falling down a little bit, okay? It was 1.45 or ish earlier. Then he also gets evasive and tank. He gets also the other 2 best abilities in the game for running back. So the only downside I can see to William Perry is he's thick, right? He's an easy target. Change of directions, absurdly high, break tackle, that doesn't matter, and agility. So the only downside to William Perry is maybe his juke's not the greatest in the world because he's thick. But the other one is like just the game, right? People will have secure tackles to take him down. Jordan Mailata at middle linebacker, 97 overall. Great user, great everything, abilities, built-in lurk artist for free. Then you also can get mid-zone avalanche or avalanche enforcer supreme. Depending on how you want to use them, more as a pass deflector with mid-zone and avalanche, or a fumble causer with avalanche and enforcer supreme. Enforcer supreme does cost you an AP though. So he's absurd. One of the best users in the game. The only downside of this Mailata is his agility is low at 90. And that's kind of the biggest problem. Where's his change of direction? COD is 97, so agility's the issue at 90 for Mailata, but a 97 overall, 365-pound man beast. I don't like how like the 365 pounds don't matter anymore, right? Because like the weight on the halfback doesn't matter because secure tackler is just going to take him down. 97 Trent Williams. It's just one word: Vanguard. He gets built-in Vanguard. It's stupid. I hate it. Joe Alt, 94 overall is S tier. Yes, you did not see that wrong. 94 overall is an S tier card. Joe Alt is probably the #1 pickup you guys need to make. He's 44K. 44K. 97 speed. Okay, now you won't be able to like, press him or whatever. But bro is 6'8". He gets almost the same as Pitts. He gets pick artist for 0. But what's nicer than Pitts is he also gets deep zone, not just deep out. Deep zone knockout and mid zone KO. Deep zone, mid zone pick artist for 0 at 6'8". And then if you want to add extra salt on it, you could throw an X Factor. Not that it matters, but you could throw universal coverage if you feel weird about it. I would not use it on him. I would use my X Factors on other cards. More towards the middle of the field, but wow. You can use universal coverage on him. Nothing wrong with that. And then Zach Martin. Zach Martin is the login reward, but you got to pay the troll toll to get him up for your all-day and secure protector for 0. So I put him at S tier. There you have it. That's my ranking of the cards. Hopefully we had some fun together. Probably the most insane drop we've had all year. I mean, without a doubt, insane meta shift. The game is either dead to a lot of people or it's going to be really fun for a little bit. But this is absolutely warped Madden. Madden is, like, we always make fun of it being like superhero central, but this is like the 7. Like, this is like the prime. This is like the Justice League we just turned into. This is like, dog, it ain't like mutants that like can stick their tongue out a little bit and grab a fly off the wall. This is like freaking Magneto turning off the Earth. Okay, this is like Omega level stuff right here that we just got. All right, that's it. Bye.